dioxide in larger and larger quantities. So this is, of course, something we have to watch. So fuel cells would be the better technology of choice in this case. A fuel cell produces electricity through chemical reaction, but without combustion. It converts hydrogen and oxygen into water, and in the process also creates electricity. It's an electrochemical energy conversion device, produces electricity, water, and heat. The reaction that produces electricity happens at the electrodes, if you look at the diagram there. Every fuel cell has, of course, two electrodes, one positive, called the anode, and one negative, called the cathode. These are separated by an electrolyte as a barrier. The fuel goes to the anode, while the oxygen or just the air goes to the cathode side. When both of these chemicals hit the electrolyte barrier, they react and, of course, split off the electrons and create an electric current. A chemical catalyst speeds up this reaction here, and this catalyst is a material that could be composed of platinum. Fuel cells operate much like a battery, except that they don't require electrical recharging. A battery stores all of the chemicals inside and converts the chemicals into electricity. Once the chemicals run out, the battery dies. A fuel cell, on the other hand, receives the chemicals from outside, normally the hydrogen and some oxygen, and it uses this outside chemical until it can be replenished again. So it won't run out. Fuel cells can, of course, generate power almost in this way indefinitely, as long as they have enough fuel to use. So this is the other aspect that we need to consider. And of course, there's plenty of benefits that can be derived from fuel cells in this way. Some of the benefits there, one can look at the particular containerized combined heat and power unit, which in that case produces 440 kilowatt equivalent. And then there is SFC's energy portable fuel cells by a well-known company. Basically, fuel cells are very versatile. Fuel cells can be of any scale, from milliwatts to megawatts of power, and can be used in hundreds of different applications. So, for instance, the containerized little power plant, combined heat and power plant that is there, up to tiny micro units that is portable. And they can be used to power factories or neighborhoods, all the way down to electric vehicles. Environmental performance, since hydrogen fuel cells don't produce air pollutants or greenhouse gases. They are totally sustainable options for energy production. So the only problem, of course, at this stage, which is not a long-term problem, but is immediate cost implications if compared to other forms of storage or other forms of energy production. So fuel cells are sustainably more efficient than combustion engines. For cogeneration applications where fuel cells generate both heat and electricity, efficiency is up to 90% is possible, so it is quite good. Fuel flexibility, there are many types of fuel cells and each can operate in a clean manner. There's quite a range of different technologies there, from methanol, ethanol, and biogas. The health benefits, of course, is apparent there. There's no extensive production of carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, and so forth. Fuel cells can be readily combined with other energy technologies such as batteries, turbines, and so on. So we do have a possibility to use other technologies with it. If you look at applications and commercial status, looking, for instance, at the UK as a case. Available in the UK, if we look at status there, and financially viable without subsidy. Today, if we look at it, we will say forklift trucks, is available in the UK, financially viable without subsidy. 3 years from now, we expect maybe buses, forklift trucks, and delivery vans. And 5 years from now, we expect buses, forklift trucks, delivery vans, residential, combined heat and power, maybe even commercial, remote location power, and of course, specialized trucking to be on the availability scale of available in the UK, but requires subsidies currently. That is the ones shown in orange there, which is currently delivery vans, residential CHP, and so forth. 3 years from now, we expect only specialized trucking. So it looks good. Within the next 5 years, we expect quite a large number of green and very small amounts of the rest of the transportation sector to have to be possibly in this case fuel cell applications cases. So for instance, the not available currently in the UK is ships, trains, and high transportation vehicles. Whereas if we look 5 years from now, it's only shipping that will be remaining open. And shipping can be converted to green ammonia, which is another offshoot of the green hydrogen production stage or the green hydrogen phase. So we can look at shipping in that case as possibly going the route of green ammonia. So if we look at the next case, then we will find that a fuel cell vehicle, the technology is becoming more and more mature, so that currently we can see that if we look at that particular vehicle there, it is something that is now very feasible. We can actually produce vehicles of this kind that can actually make an impact. There, for instance, we've got a forklift truck, which is fuel cell driven, and that is made by Still. Here we have a combination of fuel cell buses, one operating in the UK and the other one by Toyota. And these are currently commercially available and working models. These are like the delivery vehicles, DHL, there's Renault or another company that uses them. And these are hydrogen-driven vehicles. Trucking, it's becoming more and more apparent that trucking is a route for fuel cell, perhaps more so than commercial vehicles such as domestic cars and so on. So in the trucking arena, of course, this is something which is eminently possible, and fuel cells are ideally suited for this kind of long-haul applications. So, and on that note, I will then end our discussion for today. Let me just say that next time we will look at the implications of electric vehicles using standard battery and battery charging technology, and looking forward to sharing that with you on our next video. Thank you.